My name is Rumyana, but all my friends call me Rumi. I'm 22 years old and I'm originally from Bulgaria. This was my best friend back then that she first started dancing hip-hop, and she told me for a couple of months, hey, you have to come and try, because she knew that I'm in love with dancing. I was only 10 years old back then, and I was like, well, hip-hop, it's not really my thing, I prefer something more feminine, like ballroom dancing, because that's the way I was thinking back then. So I started with hip-hop. I went to one class, I saw all the people, I felt the energy, and I was like, that's my place. I stayed there for 8 years. I had to leave Bulgaria and start doing my studies in England, and it was pretty hard actually, because the hip-hop dancing, all the people became my family. We had so many trainings, we had to be there every weekend, we had to be there so many hours per day, so at a certain point you share everything with those people. 8 years is quite a lot of time. So basically I was raised by those people, not by my family but by my hip-hop teachers. So in England I tried to go to hip-hop classes, but it definitely wasn't the same. Those people were new to me, the style, the choreographers, and I just couldn't continue because it wasn't my thing anymore. Then I started with salsa, and then those salsa people became my new family because I was dancing with them for 3 years. Well, Bulgaria's Got Talent was basically the most important, the biggest competition we've ever been to, because it's basically on national TV, so it's really the most important. It's where everyone sees you, and actually, if there is someone that haven't heard about you, then after Bulgaria's Got Talent they already know you. So it was really stressful. We weren't even sure that we were gonna go in the first time. It's something that we decided basically in the last minute. So we had only 2 weeks to prepare a 3-minute choreography. I remember spending a whole song or maybe a few songs just doing one move, so it can be perfect. So because we're different people, we have different style, and obviously we look different, but the point when you're going to competition is to look all the same. That's why in order to perfection everything, sometimes for even 30 minutes we're doing the same exact move, so everyone can actually look the same as the other. There was like the first audition that it's not filmed. We go there, we show the dance, and then 2 weeks later they told us basically whether they approved us or not. So luckily they said that we can go to the actual audition, that it's basically on television. And we went there and it went pretty well. We did one mistake, but I think no one noticed, so it was alright. And then the judges really liked us. And that's how we went to the semi-final, which was a month and a half later. The funny thing is that on this exact year there are many different teams that also joined the competition. So we weren't the only one hip-hop team, we were probably the 4th or 5th hip-hop team that's shown back then. It's difficult because you don't only compete with hip-hop dancers, but also with singers and I don't know how many other talents. So it's just, everyone is completely different, and you have to show something more to the public so they can actually really like you and say, okay, they're different, I'm gonna choose them and I'm gonna vote for them. It was really good because back then I was in high school, in 9th grade, and all my friends, they were like, oh my god, Remy, we're gonna vote for you, we're gonna vote for you. We sent thousands of texts and stuff, so they really supported me, and I was really happy back then. Dance is my source of happiness. It's my thing. Everyone has its thing to kind of escape from the stress, from the pressure from university sometimes or work, so that's my thing. If I feel overwhelmed, I just go and dance, and that helps me. And I forget about all my problems, all my issues. It's just a way to escape a little bit from the reality and just enjoy yourself. Most of my closest friends that I know, they're also dancing. It's a way to escape from all those little problems that no one else knows about. Because you keep them as a secret, and at a certain point you need something to release all that stress and negative energy, so that's how many of my friends actually started dancing. It can be a cure sometimes.